Hi, second graders. Now I'm going to show you the materials that you need to gather for your field work on water bugs. Okay, here's the list of supplies you need to gather for your field work. Please bring some good waterproof boots that go up your leg a little bit, a nice backpack that you can wear on your back with all your supplies. You'll need a basin. White basin is the best because most of the bugs you find will be dark and they'll show up better on the white bottom. You could also bring a smaller basin, and you'll notice that on this one I taped a ruler in there to allow me to measure if I want to do that. Any of the bugs I find or crayfish sometimes are really interesting to measure for length. I also have a couple of different kinds of nets here. Here's a kitchen strainer, and here's an aquarium net, and I like this one a lot because it has a flat edge, so it's easy to get down to the bottom with it. I'm also going to send your teacher this Children's Guide to Aquatic Insects that you can use to help you sort of learn what you're finding and identify the bugs that you see. I have two varieties of clipboards. Here's the typical clipboard, and I made this clipboard out of a piece of cardboard and a binder clip. I bring two pencils when I go out in case I drop one in the water, which sometimes happens. Make sure you bring a water bottle because you probably will get thirsty out there. A hat if it's very sunny, sunscreen as well if it's very sunny, and then an extra layer in case it gets cold, if the wind whips up or it starts to sprinkle or something. Hey second graders, I'm here at my field site, the place where I like to collect macroinvertebrates or water bugs, and I'm going to walk you down to this site and show you some things I like about this site. This site is a stream site, and next I'll take you to a pond site. Okay, so I'm walking down to my stream. This stream has a nice sort of even path to walk down. I have to walk over some logs and stuff. And it has this nice flat shelf I showed you in one of my previous videos to you. You can see that it's flat and has some nice places to put basins of water on it. There's my dog Tessie, who loves water, so she loves to come with me when I do my field work. And you can see this stream is flowing right along. Not very deep. I'm going to wade into it so you can see how deep it is. Here are my boots. This is a nice stream for stream study because it has a bunch of different kinds of features, lots of rocks, and a lot of water bugs like to hide under rocks. So the variety of rocks gives us a lot of options to find different kinds of bugs. We also see some woody material like branches and stuff like that in the water, which actually gives the water bugs some different kinds of resources to live under and around, and actually as the wood decomposes, it makes for some nice food for some of the water bugs. So I like this site because it's shallow, but the water is moving right along. There's this nice flat shelf. There's a path coming down that's easy to walk, and it's not too far from my house. All of these things make it a great site. Okay, here I am at a little pond near my house, and I like this pond for a couple of reasons in terms of our study of water bugs. Number one, it's pretty easy to get down to the water. It's a little rough, but the slope is very gradual, so it's quite safe to walk down to the edge. Another thing I like is that there's some sort of a gradual entry into the water. There's some water plants along the edge, some aquatic plants, which are places where some water bugs like to live. It's pretty big, so there's a lot of areas to explore. And let me wade in and we can see how deep or shallow it is on the edge. Okay, well right away I have to be careful because even right at the very edge the water drops off. So I would stay on the edge in my boots, and I would take my net and scoop down along the bottom. I would scoop through the plants, I would scoop along the top, and I would find different water bugs depending on the habitats that I was exploring. Okay, second graders, after you've chosen your site, I'd like you to complete the Fieldwork prep sheet. And I'd like to show you each page of this 2-page handout so you know what to expect. Okay, here's the first page of the Fieldwork prep sheet. And the first thing you need to do is choose your study site, a stream or a pond. And you can see here I've listed the characteristics of a good stream study site and a good pond study site. So you choose one or the other. And you can see that in both cases, a good study site is a place where you can get safely down to the water, where you can put a basin of water on the shore and it does not spill, a place where you can wade into the water in boots and not get your legs wet. And with the stream, you need to watch the water speed or velocity. You don't want it to be too slow or too fast. It needs to be of a medium speed where you can stand up in the current safely. Okay, moving on to the second page. So you identify the town and the road where your study site is, and then you gather your supplies for fieldwork. And you can see here there's a list of supplies for fieldwork that I showed you earlier in this video. And finally, you need to do fieldwork planning to set aside a date and a time when you'll go out and do your fieldwork. And please choose a second date, what we call a rain date, in case your first date is rainy. I went out in the rain today and it was okay because I was dressed well for it and it was not cold. So if you don't mind going in the rain, that's perfectly fine. The water bugs are wet anyway, so they don't care. Also, please identify an adult helper who will be going with you and helping you with fieldwork. Okay, so that's it for this video. I guess I'll check in with you later, and I hope you find a really fun, interesting site to study for water bugs.